Hi, welcome to the 10-Minute Parent. My name is Pastor Don Boldt, and we're going to be talking about a certain kind of balance that you and I, as parents, both need to have so that we can be effective in leading our children. And so, in order to do this, a little challenge for the cameraman this time, because I am going to move around a little bit in order to make my point. Okay, let's just say for a moment right now that I am in the middle, okay, and so I can move this way or I can move that way. I am in the middle, all right, and so let's say for a moment that I am illustrating with this where I am in relationship to my children and rewards and punishments, okay, within our home. That there are obviously rewards to be had, and you cross enough lines, there are punishments to be had. And so, where is it that I, in the perception of my children, want to be? All right, now, most people probably say we want to be somewhere in the middle and you can move either direction. And I would have probably agreed with that until my children got to be about 5 or 6 years old. And then I started realizing there was a real advantage in being just a little bit over to the rewarding side of things, all right? There was a person that I knew who was very, very effective as a teacher, Christian woman, and worked with children that were at risk in the city schools. And she used to tell the students at the beginning of the year, there's two of me, and you can decide which one you get. On the one hand, I can be a very rewarding person to be around. In other words, if you just cooperate with me, you will find that most of the time, there's a reward coming in our day, all right? However, okay, there is this other me, all right, over here, this very punitive person that doesn't give anything good to you, all right, and so she said, you can decide which one you have. And so, am I back in the middle here now? Okay, good. So, it gave the children the opportunity to decide something. But think about this for a minute, all right, if in an average moment, okay, I'm not this neutral, in other words, neither nor. Okay, think about that for a minute. Again, situations that you walk into as an adult, and there are people who are in leadership who are very rewarding people to be around, very punitive, nasty, harsh people to be around, and people that are just kind of non-reactive and really don't say much of anything or do much of anything unless something happens. All right. Okay, you don't want to be this person in the middle. Where you want to be is just a little bit over here in the rewarding side of things. Why? Well, because at that point, if things start going a direction that I don't like, all I have to do in order to, express this powerfully is move to the middle. Stop giving the rewards. All right, and I've made my point. All right, I don't have to go all the way over into being punitive. All right. Now, let me show you the other thing here, which is the mistake of being normally a little punitive. As I'm normally over here, I'm kind of the crabby parent, okay? I'm the parent that, nobody wants to go over to your house because, you'll be constantly, yelling and complaining about things. And so, if I'm over here, all right, and something then goes wrong, oops, wait a minute. I'm kind of out of the camera view here almost, to find this place to be punitive. I don't know about you, but I had these moments, I used to refer to them as Darth Vader moments, where it's, leave them to me. It's like, you found yourself feeling like, I think I've made the mistake. I mean, I've spent too much of my day over here in this very punitive side of things and being, kind of constantly on them, correcting and punishing and chastising and just constantly on them. All right, and boy, something bad happens in the middle of that. I mean, where do you go? What can you do to make your point? All right, so again, moving back to the middle and perhaps on an average day, to be this rewarding person. Well, what do you have to do to be rewarding? Well, one I would tell you is know your gift. What is it? Okay. For me, speaking was a part of just the way God gifted me. And so having something good to say to the kids, having something good maybe even to say to somebody else about the child and that sort of thing, that was part of my reward structure. I mean, if you did something good, I would commend you. I would then go and tell your mother what a wonderful thing you did. One of the neighbors stopped by and I'd tell them too. All right. That was part of being rewarding. All right. And the kids tended to relate fairly positively to that. And so, I mean, look at your giftings. The other thing is, you know, always have something in your pocket. You know, I mean, it could be a quarter, it could be 50 cents, a dollar. I don't know what it takes to impress your child, but you know, sometimes just to be able to say, that's wonderful, and I would like to just give you something you know, let's go out for ice cream. Here's a couple bucks. Let's go. That sort of a thing. And again, just, you know, if you're a creative thinker, you know, maybe it's taking the kids places, maybe it's doing something together unexpected. You know, frankly, it can just be as simple as getting down on the floor and playing with them. You'd be surprised what a positive thing that is, you know, to get down and just play with the kids on the floor. Because I'm a fairly serious person, but I would come home sometimes, and I knew my wife had put them up to it. And, you know, they'd been good kids all day long. She said, you know, let's wait till Dad walks through the door and just attack them, you know. And I'd walk in the door, and I'd see that the kids were scattered around, you know, and I'd get down in that wrestling position to wrestle with them. And they just start jumping all over and everything. That was a reward in itself, all right? And so, you know, to be that person that is viewed by your children as somebody who's normally fairly rewarding, and then a certain amount of self-policing can come in. Come on, you know, let's cooperate with Mom and Dad because, you know, they probably got something good coming. So with that, hey, God bless you. We'll see you again on the 10-Minute Parent.